day today. I've got shaded off some of those winter blues. Now you're not going to believe this. If this feels strange, this one, it's because I did it and it wasn't recording. What a idiot. The thing about this one was when I took the hood off and it was flat like that, I thought, well, when it's a single object off the car and you pull it down, it's not going to look right because that gap, you want it like twisted there. So I twisted it. Sorry, that's the one I want. So I twisted it and shaped it so it's like that. So it fits in that general direction. When we look at the actual, sorry, I've already got it open. So yeah, I'm ahead of the game today. When I've got it on the ground there, it's leant back and as if it's touching on these two struts here, like you would expect it to do, I suppose. The only downside of that is when you come to match it into the Stratos itself here, you've got to twist and turn and match it so it looks right like that. I painted it blue just using that macro texture, and the hood itself doesn't, I haven't attached the lights to the hood, so when the hood turns up and down, those there, I should do and I will do. Now luckily this one, the actual lights don't come with the hood, they're separate. Look, they're those pop-up ones. We're going to turn them on and make them flip. I did that a long time ago. Look like, but they need to be part of DayZ hood. So when we actually animate it in the main car, the hood and those front lights, not the main lights, redefine that. So that'll help us later when we start doing the car itself. Excuse me, sniffing. What we've done is the Stratos DayZ hood. We've copied the hatchback hood, and the hatchback hood doesn't inherit any class damage system. So you know, we don't have to start messing about inheriting and everything else we did with the doors, car doors driver. So we just took that verbatim like that, and we just manipulated, added our new slots here, and then we've done now a proxy. Well, we have a proxy to do. Use that one. Look at them nice dogs shouting for everybody. That's what the name of the slot's going to be. Just to make sure that's what we called it here too. Stratos DayZ hood, yeah, hyphenated in the model. Now it's going to be interesting to see if that works. So yeah, we took that configuration, renamed it all appropriately to our Stratos DayZ hood, as we did with the car driver. Damage we're not going to do, it's the same as the wheel or the, it's different with the car DayZ driver because it's just a texture change. So it's really applicable to the car DayZ driver, but for the green piece, not the windows, because there's no hidden here. However, I have changed up that number as I said previously. If you leave it at 0, it doesn't seem to want to work. Sometimes it does. Like I said, I think it's binarizes rounding it down if you have it like that. But time will tell. Doesn't matter. At least you have some indication of if there's a problem. It could be that. Okay, so we've got the proxy done. Like that. And then the model. Like I said, we twisted it to fit the shape. I added a geometry shape that is convex. Structure, convex, define non-convexities. Perfect. Memory, I haven't done yet. View geometry, much the same as everything else. Called it doors hood here. So it's recognized when we look at it. And here. Question is, do you call it doors hood here, or do you call it Stratos doors hood? The slot name is Stratos doors hood without the underhyphen. That comes with config slots, and we'll go through that. We're copying the Neva driver doors there. If we go to the main DayZ Vehicles and look for that, you'll see the name as of attachment of the car itself is looking for that. Now if we go to the model of that Neva driver doors, which we'll find in DayZ Vehicles wheeled off-road hatchback proxy Neva doors driver, wasn't it? To find out if there is any reference in there, there isn't. There isn't with an H, I just said, didn't I? Getting posh, you see. Making a new language up. So probably what we want in there is doors hood recognition. We don't want doors hood, we want doors driver recognition. You see that that's in the view geometry. I know that because I'm like the Matrix, I can read code. I also know because it's in the same line as component. It won't necessarily be in the geometry. Doors driver. Okay, but if we go to the hatchback itself, I wonder if the slot name is in there. Probably not. Yeah, there. So in the car view geometry, Neva driver doors, when you look at it, it will then look at what's in your hand, and because of the, let's close that now, because it recognizes that attachment there, and it also recognizes that that's in the GUI. And it also recognizes that in the thing in your hand as that slot, and it's accepted as an attachment on the car. That's when you get that icon up, attach. All them things have got to marry. That's why in the door itself we just had doors hood here, not Stratos doors hood. Okay, and with that, I had a bit of a laugh. I put meat bones on it just to show you that we can make it is, well, let me show you again because the video didn't work. It is these penetration files here that give off the effect or link the effect, because if we go to that folder, DayZ data, data penetrations later. Meat and 2 veg. Meat and bones there links to that BI-surf file there. So if we look at the BI-surf file, which is Bohemian Interactive Surface file for plain speak, that tells us the density of the material, whether the thing hitting it will deflect, let's say bullet, how easy it is for the bullet to penetrate it, whether it's transparent, no, what sound, empty, there's no sound, is it liquid, no it's not, and the impact effect is hit, meat and bones, sound on hit is body, roughness, any dust, no, audibility 0.2, friction, restitution, I guess that's just like how it hangs on to the bullet or whatever. So the sound effects there, what it does, how much it can penetrate and therefore go through and damage what's beyond it, and the visual effect, I don't think you'll find that in anything apart from .c these days. It used to be a well, in the old days you couldn't inherit it, or I think it was in the bin files, thankfully. So class, hit, meat and bones. Hit, meat, bone. So maybe the actual effect is in CPP somewhere. Have a look, but it's not. That's the sound set. Surface. No. Nah. Hit, meat, bones, where is it there? I would have thought that was a particle effect in here, but maybe it's in the data files or something. But there it is. So yeah, that impact registers the meat and bones particle. So that's how it all links. So we'll go ahead and apply that to ours and shoot it and see if we get blood from a car. Get blood from a rock maybe. Pack that out. Like I said, I'm sorry if this is a bit too fast for you. I've done it twice, but you can ask me in the Discord anyway. Okay, I'm going to start the game. You don't have to see that. We'll see you in game. So yeah, remember when I said to you about the geometry doesn't animate? Well, the fire geometry does. I guess that's another problem for DayZ, that sinking the collision must be too much for the engine. See, the fire geometry has moved with the door, but the actual geometry hasn't. And we know that because we're walking through the door. Yet if we shoot it, going through, it's giving off the metal effect. Look, we'll do it with that. It's giving off the correct what. We can walk through it. Just to be more precise about what I'm saying, the fire geometry here is moving with the animation, but the collision and the mass here, that always stays where it is when it's initialized. Obviously it moves with the item, but it just doesn't move on the car. Okay, do we need a recap more than that? I don't think we do. Like I said, if you want to do the damage, it's exactly the same as we've just done for the car door. So have fun with the hood and the trunk. I'm not going to do the trunk unless somebody wants me to specifically do it, because we're going to be doing it on Stratos here. And that's what's coming next. Well done for getting this far. Obviously got patience and a willingness to learn. Now for the hardest part. Get yourself a real big pot of coffee, and I'll see you in there.